Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps. Today we're gonna make some salt bars. Salt soaps have been around a very long time and there are pros and cons to salt bars. On the pros side, it's a very fast process. After you pour your salt soaps into the molds, you only have to wait anywhere between maybe 10 and 45 minutes. Then you have to cut those bars because they're gonna get really hard, really fast, therefore speeding up your production time. Large amounts of salt in your soap also make the bar less soluble, so salt bars typically last longer than regular cold process soaps in your shower. They are also, depending on your soap recipe, typically less expensive to make because most people like to make them with 100% coconut oil, which is not as expensive as jojoba oil, cocoa butter, shea butter, olive oil, all those other fancy oils. That being said, there are some downsides to salt soaps as well. When you don't dissolve your salt first and you add it straight to your batch, it is going to speckle your batter and it doesn't leave a lot of room for intricate designs because it will thicken your batter as well. And because salt is hygroscopic, salt bars typically sweat if they're not kept in very arid climates. A lot of people have an issue with their salt bars sweating over time. Salt soaps can also potentially leave a very stinging sensation on your skin if there are micro tears or you have a scrape, i.e. the phrase, "don't rub salt in the wound." Also, salt is pretty comedogenic, so it can clog pores and it can definitely irritate acne-prone skin, making your acne issues worse. That may or may not be an issue, but if you do have acne-prone skin, I wouldn't recommend it, even though this is obviously a wash-off product, and so it won't be there for very long. And finally, salt bars do have a very dense lather. If you want really big bubbles that are just smearing everywhere, this is not going to be the bar for you. It has more of a lotion-like shaving cream lather. So what kind of salt can you put in your soap bars? Now, everyone is going to have their own preference, but I prefer either table salt or pink Himalayan salt. You can do slightly coarser or very fine grain. That is a personal preference, but I don't recommend Dead Sea salt or Epsom salt because the minerals in those particular salts can kind of mess up saponification and alter the chemical structure of your soap bar. That's a lot of information, and if you're a brand new soap maker, this isn't necessarily a tutorial. It's just an introduction to the concept of salt bars. I do hope to make more in the future, and I will also be making a Royal Creative Academy on how you can make this at home with 100% step-by-step instructions. This was a big test for me today, and I decided to film it, and so without further ado, let's make some salt bars. Okay, so in this container, we have our 100% coconut oil. That's all it is. I melted down coconut oil, measured it out, put it in. Then I have my lye water solution. It is almost a 50-50 blend of the lye and the water because I'm gonna be adding some organic coconut cream and coconut milk. I am gonna strain this lye water. I typically do this whenever my lye water blend is very dense. Like I said, this is almost 50-50. It becomes a little bit of a slurry and sometimes you get particles that just didn't get incorporated. This one ended up being pretty clear, which I'm pleased about, and I will have to rinse it almost immediately. Now we're gonna blend this up until light trace with our stick blender, and I will add the coconut milk as I mix. Let's blend. Get the rest of this in and mix well. This has been chilled quite cold. It's not frozen, but it is really, really cold. Everything has been fully emulsified, and one of my best tips for salt soap would be to make sure that your batter is thick enough before you add in your salt. This is still far too runny. We will have salt that will sink to the bottom of our solution, and that makes for a more brittle bar at the bottom, for crusty edges, etc. So when you're making 100% coconut oil soap with a high superfat, it's going to be a bit runnier. You're going to have to let it sit for longer, and you're going to have to blend it longer. At this stage, I'm going to add in my fragrance oil. I'm going to use Aruba Shores today. This is from Nature's Garden. This is a very tropical smelling fragrance oil. Look at that paranormal color morph. That is crazy. Now we're going to blend that in. That has been blended in well, so I'm going to pour off my accent color, and that way I'll have room for all the salt because I do have quite a bit of salt to add. All right, now I'm going to add my colors. So here I'm going to add some Snow White. This is from Mad Micah's, just to add a little bit of shimmer. And then into my larger container, I'm adding some Tahitian teal, and we'll blend these up. You can see our batter is still relatively thin, even after adding almost 32 ounces of coconut milk. Beautiful. These are such lovely colors. All right, and now we will add our regular table salt. You can see everything is starting to thicken up, so the salt will stay suspended in our batter. I'm gonna weigh this out very carefully, and the rest goes into here. Look at all that salt. I'm gonna start by mixing up the big one first, and I am blending by hand for now. I may end up using a stick blender, but probably not because this is a big batch. All right. Everything has been blended in well. Nothing at the bottom, fully distributed. I'll mix up my accent color. Now I'm going to pour this from way up high. I'm going to leave some for the top for decoration and get my molds. I have opted to use these brambleberry molds today just for the ease of cutting. All right, go ahead and get all the rest into here. I definitely overfilled that one. All right, I really got salt all over my molds, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and texture the tops now, and I will clean them and wipe them down while these soaps set up. For this, I'm just going to texture to the side real quick. Actually, it may have already set up too much for me to do that, so I'm just gonna texture it and smear this around a little bit, because that is already quite thickums. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just wanted this to kind of have a texture to it. Because there is a lot of salt and how quickly it's saponifying, I might end up with a little bit of soda ash on these, which I honestly think will be pretty because it'll be nice with an ocean smell. This kind of looks like beachy waves, so I think it would be really cool to have like some white caps on the very tops of these bars. They are going to be really, really, really hard, and I just think that that would add to it. You can already see how hard this has gotten just sitting there for like 10 minutes. I'm going to let it sit for 30 before I come back to see if it's ready to cut. I may go as late as 45, but with this, it's one of those things that you're better to check it more often than not enough, because not enough means you won't be able to cut these bars. Okay, these look so good. Oh, just gonna clean up the edges here. You guys know how I am. If the workspace isn't clean, it's not gonna go well for me. All right, let's go ahead, set these right here. I am gonna spritz the top just a little bit with rubbing alcohol. It probably doesn't need it, but you know, better safe than sorry. And then I am going to set a 25-30 minute timer, and we will come back, we'll check on them and see if they're ready to unmold. Well, I let the soap sit for 25 minutes and it was too long, unfortunately. I think I should have cut it after 15, but I've got a partial gel in the middle of these bars, which makes them very gooey. I was trying to get these cut before they got anywhere close to gel phase, but that did not happen. And now, this is what they should look like, but you can see what's going on the inside. It may be completely gelatinous in the dead middle. Oh yeah, see, it's making the bars very squishy in my hands. I'll probably still be able to unmold and cut everything, but I did let them go for too long, and 15 minutes for this batch. It may be because of the coconut milk was too much. Once again, we were going for bars that look kind of like this, just a creamy opaque color. But the middle is so gelatinous, I'm having to be careful how I unmold it. The bar itself should perform relatively the same, but it may have some unwanted discoloration. Who knows? Sometimes these things go away after you've cut them. We'll have to see as they continue to sit. This was a good experiment overall. I definitely learned some things. It's been a very long time since I've made a salt soap, and while I understand the science and the need behind it, book book knowledge is very different from practical knowledge and applied knowledge. So one of the things I really don't like about salt soaps is how messy they are. They're hard to pour and they're gross to cut. Like, it just leaves so much residue behind. But the instant gratification of getting to cut a batch you made 15 minutes before cannot be matched. Only 6 hours later, and these bars are hard as a rock. You would never be able to cut these after 45 minutes. And even though they gelled almost all the way through, even after only sitting 6 hours or so, you can't really tell. The fragrance is strong. I really like the blue and the white mix. And my final tip would be cure your salt bars properly. Don't throw them in a box and ship them out right away. Salt bars need cure time just like any other cold processed soap. And I have found that they very much benefit from a proper cure time because it increases the density and the richness of the foam. There's lots of different ways to know exactly how long you should be curing your soaps, but I like to let mine sit for 2 or 3 days. Then I'll take the weight, I'll let them sit a few more days. If it has lost weight in that amount of time, you still have some curing to do. If, however, it maintains consistently its weight for about 5 days, then you know you're probably done. It's not going to release any more water and they're good to go. Depending on your soap recipe and your water content, that cure time may change. There has been a rise and a surge in information that no, you do not have to cure your soaps for 4 to 6 weeks for them to be good. But I will say that with the caveat that certain recipes absolutely do benefit from a cure time that long. So you need to be doing your own testing at home, seeing what you're the most comfortable with if you're making it for yourself or if you're selling it to others. You need to make sure that you're putting out the absolute best quality bar that you can. This was a very productive test for me today. I am going to be keeping most of these bars. Depending on how these end up curing and if I like my recipe, I may add these to the TikTok shop. If you don't know already, yes, we are on TikTok shop, and let me tell you why. I love Shopify. Shopify is amazing, but TikTok is really doing some amazing things for small businesses and for customers. I have had people purchase soap from me, and because it was their first time purchasing through TikTok shop, they were getting my bars for $4, $5, and almost everyone is getting free shipping over there just because that's the type of bonus that TikTok is offering its sellers and its new customers. So that is why I'm there, because I want you guys to be getting the best deal possible, and they are able to give you shipping discounts and massive discounts percentage-wise that otherwise I wouldn't be able to afford. That's why they're there. So check us out on TikTok shop next time you want to make a purchase, because it's possible that some of your favorite stuff is over there, including all of our Simplicity soaps. I hope you all have an absolutely royal day. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully it has encouraged and inspired you to go out and try a salt bar if you've never tried it before. There really are a lot of good things about them, and it's something I feel like every soap maker should try out at least once. Be looking for the Royal Creative Academy tutorial soon. That should be out within the next 2 months or so. And I'll walk you through my whole recipe step by step, how to get a bar just like this. Have an absolutely royal day, and bye for now.